Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking about this race. They're seeing how close it is with former President Donald Trump. And one thing they're worried about is Dr. Jill Stein. Dr. Jill Stein, they feel, is a threat to the Democrat Party because they feel that people will vote for her, in which people have voted for her. And they feel that the votes that's going to her should be going to Vice President Kamala Harris. And this is why they're asking her to drop out of the race before Election Day on Tuesday. So let's go ahead on and check this out. Now, they say European Greens asked Jill Stein to stand down and endorse Kamala Harris. Now, U.S. Green Party leader urged to withdraw for presidential race to prevent Donald Trump victory. Now, I say a coalition of European Greens have urged the U.S. Green Party nominee Jill Stein to pull out of next week's election and endorse Kamala Harris to stop Donald Trump becoming president. It's in Green parties in 16 European countries, from Portugal to Ukraine, distanced themselves from the U.S. counterparts in a statement on Friday and called for Stein to withdraw from the race. Say, we are clear that Kamala Harris is the only candidate who can block Donald Trump and his anti-democratic authoritarian policies from the White House. Well, that's kind of weird. Why do y'all, if y'all in the Green Party, why would you tell the person that's representing you to get out so the Democrats can get in? Like, that don't make sense. They say the signatories include Green parties from several countries in which they govern. It says part of a coalition such as Germany, Ireland, Belgium, and Spain. Well, first of all, why are y'all worried about our elections? That's first of all. Stay out of our business. We're not in Germany's election. We're not in Ireland's election. We're not in Belgium. We're not in Spain's election. So stay out of ours. They say the party said there was no link between the Greens in Europe and the U.S. Who cares? They say the U.S. Greens are no longer a member of the global organization of Green parties. In part, this fissure resulted from the relationship with parties with authoritarian leaders and serious policy differences on key issues, including Russia's full-scale assault on Ukraine. Now, it's a U.S. electoral college system disadvantage small parties such as Greens as they wish to track 1 to 2% of support in opinion polls, but their influence could still sway the overall outcome by drawing away support for the two main parties in key battleground states. Now, they say as of October 30, polls show Harris at 47% and Trump at 46%. But analysis show even minute shifts in voter behavior can decide to say who ends up in the White House. Now, say in the U.S., Green Party has been called not serious by AOC, the progressive Democratic congresswoman from New York. Now, AOC has become nothing but a professional Democrat now. She's not what she used to be. They say all you do is show up once every 4 years to speak to people who are justifiably pissed off, but you're showing up once every 4 years to do that. You're not serious. Ocasio-Cortez posted on Instagram last month, to me, it does not read as authentic. It reads as predatory. Well, let's talk about that. AOC, this is the problem. Maybe Jill Stein wouldn't be able to show up like she's showing up if y'all was doing what y'all supposed to do. Maybe those justified angry people, they're angry at you. You're part of the reason why people are angry. And that's why Jill Stein could always come around and gather those people, because you Democrats are messing up. Don't get mad at Jill Stein. Don't try to pressure, because see, the DNC has been all in the mix. Did y'all know about that? Tavis Smiley had did an interview with Dr. Jill Stein. And the night before he was supposed to do the interview with Dr. Jill Stein, he got some questions from the DNC. They wanted the DNC, Tavis, to ask her. Like, what kind of crap is that? So you think the DNC is not involved in trying to get all these other people that's in the Green Party overseas to sit up here and be telling her to drop out the race? The DNC is in all of this because the DNC wants power. They do not want to give up power. And they're doing anything they can to maintain it. And they look at Jill Stein as an immense threat to them because how many votes Jill Stein will get in this election, and she's getting them. She's getting them. Because I know a lot of people who said they voted for her. They didn't want to vote for Trump. They didn't want to vote for Harris. But voting for Jill Stein, people feel like that was Democrat voters anyway. And so they can make Kamala lose the election. They said the same thing about Jill Stein in 2016 as well, right? But maybe Democrats should do what they're supposed to do, and people won't be justifiably pissed off, AOC, right? Well, let's continue. Let's say the U.S. Green Party said the European Greens were reiterating intense partisan invective, smears, misinformation, and Democratic talking points. Yeah. You think? He said he criticized Democrats for increasing oil and gas production and providing military aid to Israel. They also suggested U.S. Greens were drawing support from people who had no desire to vote for either of the two main candidates. Right. 100% right. Of course, they talk about, the European Greens can endorse whomever they please in U.S. election, but we invite them to communicate directly with us to understand our positions and participate in elections and support our demand for a national popular vote by ranked choice voting for president, which would eliminate the alleged spoiler factor. Okay, so the Democratic Party has ignored and rejected this demand, which leads, us to suspect the Democrats would rather lose to Republicans like Trump than tolerate the presence of more than two parties in U.S. elections. And that part right there is true, actually. They would rather have Republicans in power, because you have to understand, the Democrat Party, Republican Party, they like two-party cartel. And the Democrats and Republicans don't want a third party. They don't want a fourth party. They don't want a fifth party. The only people that can make that happen is the people. And the people will have to say, okay, we'll vote for anybody but a Democrat or a Republican. Only the people can do that. And the people, I don't know why the people haven't done that yet. Like, y'all say y'all want to change in this country, but yet you keep voting Democrat and Republican. You'll never have a change, right? But to Jill Stein, this is what I say to you, Jill Stein. You stay in the race. People have voted for you in early voting. People will vote for you election day. Give people that third choice that they need, that they would like to have, okay? I do not think, to me, telling Jill Stein to get out of the race is election interference. The Democrats have caused election interference, but yet they're always talking about, we need to save democracy. But yet you want to stop the Green Party, you want to stop Jill Stein? That's democracy, right? See, democracy is, what the Democrats mean by democracy is just having them in office. So when they say save democracy, they mean save the Democrat Party. Say keep us in power. They don't mean democracy. Because think about it, they say Trump's a threat to democracy. They're saying that she don't need to be in the race. Like, they're suing Jill Stein, they're suing Cornel West, they were suing Robert Kennedy to try to keep them off of the ballot. How is that democracy? That's why I told y'all the Democrat Party can't tell me nothing. They are not a party of democracy at all. And this election cycle, the Democrat Party has really made me sicken, especially that stuff that Michelle Obama was saying the other day, telling women to basically to be deceptive with their husbands and making it all about, if you don't vote for Kamala, you're harming women and you're harming your wife and your children. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, these people have went crazy. Listen, if you want to vote for Jill Stein, you have it's your American right, it's your voting rights to vote for Dr. Jill Stein if you would like to. Don't you let nobody shame you to tell you can't vote for her if you would like to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she get enough votes, and maybe whoever come behind her get enough votes, they can have the people, because they don't even let them debate. That's stupid. Why can't the Green Party debate and give people a chance to see a third party for a chance, right? The last person I saw that really had a chance was H. Ross Perot. You understand? And he really got a lot of votes at that time period. I really wanted him to be president because, man, Ross Perot, he was a smart dude. He was a very smart dude. Look into him and his policies. He was a very, very, very smart guy. But there's a lot of black people I know voted for Jill Stein. And if y'all want to vote for her on election day, then do that. I support it. You know me. If you vote for Jill Stein, I support it. If you vote for Cornel West, I support it. If you voted for Robert Kennedy, I support it. If you voted for Trump, I support it. Vote for any of them. If you choose the couch, I support that too. I just don't support voting for Kamala Harris. That's the only thing I don't support. But all them other people, you want to vote for them? For me, I'm cool. I'm perfect with it. I'm happy for you. Because the Democrats, they need, no. They done too much. And we as a community don't send a message, or even as Americans don't send a message to the Democrat Party that we're not playing with all that sin and unrighteousness in that party, not being moral, teaching wives to be deceptive to their husbands, and doing all kind of other foolishness, and we don't teach the Democrat Party about they went too far, and they better get themselves back in line, then you will never get a handle on that